Today I'm going to be sharing with you some ideas that I find helpful when praying to God at bedtime. So today we're going to be talking about praying at bedtimes. It's a very important time of the day, and a few years ago I drew this little sketch which was part of one of our films, and I just pulled it out because it sums up for me the amount of thoughts and feelings and all the day's experiences that we have going on as we try to lie down and sleep. There's a lot to process, and so it's in a very key time of the day in which to come before your Father and pray. I tend to pray to my Abba Father at bedtime. For me, it evokes that feeling of being cared for, of being secure, of being enveloped, of being watched over by a Father. I'm just going to share with you 3 different ways in which I do that. The first one is with a prayer journal. This is probably what I do the most. I find that keeping a prayer journal at bedtime is a really important way of me connecting with God. There's a process that goes on as you write things down that means that God can pull to mind scriptures that you can then look up and read. It means that as you pray that you can find that other people come to mind in which you want to pray for, or that as you pray that emotions surface and you bring before God things that have happened in that day, things you've heard or seen that have troubled you. So there's no special way to do this. Some people might write a date and do a page a day. I'm not as organised as that, so it's very free flow. But there is another film on prayer journaling if you're interested. The second way in which I pray at bedtime is literally to get into bed and to lie down and put my head on the pillow. It's a way that I use usually when I'm overwhelmed, very tired, very exhausted. Allowing yourself to do this, to kind of literally cover yourself up, snuggle up, means that right from the start off you can allow God to start to minister to you. As you lie there, just allow thoughts and feelings to come to the surface, petitions of prayers that you have for loved ones, worries that you have about the next day. I guess the risk is that you might fall asleep whilst doing that. I think probably if you have concerns and worries, that's a good thing, falling asleep. And the chances are, if there's been a lot going on, that you probably won't get to sleep for a while. Sometimes there's a tear or two. Sometimes I might just pray in my head. Other times I might pray out loud, or even be led to sing a little song over myself, like a little blessing or worship song before I fall asleep. Allow the Holy Spirit to lead you, and there's no right or wrong way. So, and the last way that I would want to share with you is the way that I kind of pray when I have no words. We all have times when actually things are so confusing, so exhausting, so overwhelming that there aren't words to pray. And I had developed this little kind of process of what I do when I feel like that. And to be honest, in this last year, I've used this like most evenings because it's been a tough year. And what I do is I imagine myself curled up in the palms of my Abba Father. And I feel his kind flesh around me. And I curl up into a little ball in his hands, and I choose to sleep there. And that's the prayer. I hope that there have been some ideas there that you find helpful. What I would want to encourage you in is always bring yourself to God before you sleep. When we fall asleep, there is so much processing that our brains have to do of the day that we've just had, so much storing and filing and organising. It's such a key moment. So really the kind of thing I want to leave you with is, even if you feel you can't pray, think of yourself falling asleep in the hands of your Abba Father. If you're very exhausted or tired, snuggle up first, and it doesn't matter if you drift off to sleep as you're praying. And also, if you're a little bit awake and you've got some time, get up to bed a little bit earlier and keep a prayer journal and allow God to move through that and to lead your prayers. So I hope that there will be some things there that you will find helpful as you come to pray to God at night time. But until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hands.